G'day folks, welcome back to Delboy's Garage. Today's little task, just for your interest and delectation, involves this. This is a Harley Davidson Sportster Stage 1 breather kit. This we used to have fitted to what's under the big ghost sheet here, my wife's Sportster, and we recently fitted this Kuriakin Velociraptor thing. Looks a bit like a velocity stack with a big K&M filter in it. So with that in place, this became redundant, and they're about 130 quid, so I thought I might use it in some way. It's quite an expensive kit and I'm going to use it. Now the plan, just to sort of bring you up to speed, the old XR1200 here, that's going. A friend of mine, Kerry, and I were going to come to a bit of a deal. He wants an XR. I've had this for a year. I fancy something I can do fabricating and customization on, and these are a little bit kind of as they are. They're kind of what you buy is what you get. You can buy some performance goodies, but you really can't do much to them. I want to kind of make a bit of a bobber out of a Sportster, so we're coming to a deal, a little bit of a cash adjustment, that's between us, and this is going, and what's coming in is a Sportster. So in tune for that, this Stage 1 kit is going to be quite useful. Now the normal kit goes, this goes over that fits to the cylinder head, there's your two breather tubes, etc., and that does the job. And what you do is you put your proper bona fide spam tin, the big square sort of NATO mess tin affair, over the top. So it kind of looks like you've got a standard filter fitted to your bike, but you haven't. Underneath you've got this Stage 1 breather, but I can't stand that spam tin thing. It looks horrid. So this is going to be a bit of a project to fabricatify something that will sit over this kit and do the job a little bit better than the standard spam tin. So that bit's redundant for now, don't need that, and this is what we need to do. As a pattern, it's got to get a bit of steel. I've seen these on sort of brat style bobbers. I've seen people fit these straight to the bike like that, just raw, just like that, ta-da, and that's it, with the bolts, and it looks a bit rubbish really, a bit unfinished. Brat style is about making something that just about works. It isn't about not fitting something and leaving it half finished. That's just lame. So this project is to try and make something, a bit of a cover that fits over this, that doesn't look too much like the standard, and also covers that up and perhaps gives a bit of a shelter over this to get the rain off, because obviously I'm going to ride this. I ride every day. My bike does 12,000 miles a year, and this paper filter, if you start riding this in the rain, you're going to get water in this, and that's going to ingress the engine. It's just going to run like a bag of old nails. So it needs something over that edge. So this little project is to fabricate something that kind of works as a cover, kind of looks a bit street. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet, but that's it. So I've kind of, as you can see here, I've kind of drawn around it, made a bit of a pattern. So I'm going to get the old grinder, cut sort of this out with a bit of spare, hammer these edges, maybe just, I don't know. I'm just going to have a little play with this, see if I can create something that's going to act as a cover for that, with a little bit of a lip, maybe cut a strip and then weld the strip in. I don't know. We'll make something interesting. So I'm going to crack on with this and see what happens and take you along the way. Okay, stay tuned, stick around, you might learn something. Okay, don't forget to put your old protective glasses on. You like your orbits to remain free from bits of steel. Not a desired situation. Okay, let's get cracking. Okay, that's going to be the rough shape. If in doubt, lob a disc through it. Yeehaw. So, not very scientific, but this is just a rough start. Not even sure yet what I'm going to do with this, but it's certainly not going to look standard. Just popping about a ½ inch line around this to trim to. Don't forget these whenever you cut in anything with a disc, safety glasses. It's just a no-brainer really, isn't it? Piece of steel in your eyeball at 500 miles an hour. That's going to ruin your afternoon, dude. And the eye hospital may not be far away, but hey, you probably couldn't find it if you had bits of steel in your face. So remember, it's your safety and protection. There we go. Okay, let's trim it up. I think my disc has died. Right, I can smell burning then, like textiles. That was my jumper on fire, dudes. Right, now I finished burning my clothing. That's cut out the basic shape. It's still a bit warm. And now, I'm going to see if I can hammer the edges of this over to give it a lip to weld to. So let's get the old hammer edge set up. Right, okay, that's now ready to beat into some sort of submission. I just popped in a load of slots around there so that as I can hammer this over to make a lip on it, they're all going to come together. Should be able to then weld those up and then grind them flat. Maybe, don't know, might end up a piece of scrap. We shall see. Okay, set up. Time for beatage with the little hammer. Just going to knock these edges over, see if we can make some shape. All the time, minding your fingers for your safety and protection. Little dimple there. Right, inside edge, sharp edge of hammer. Make a crease. Use what you have, dudes. Use what you have. I'm not a panel beater, and I make a lot of scrap, but this just might come out nice. Unless you try, you never learn. Okay, now to weld up these little slots so it's a solid cover all the way around. Let's see how this goes. Right, so there we are, folks. That's the thingy. This has been today's fun and games. Just having a look in there. This is all I've done is just cuts in that, hammered it round, welded those up, dressed it on the outside with a file. And its job in life will be as a cover. Some people run these naked, just on their own. You know, bobbers and stuff. They just run that bolted straight to the bike. Looks a bit unfinished. So a little cover like that. That's just going to sit over the top. That's the way we did it. And that's, I'll drill that later on, bolt it through, and the plan is just going to get a bar and weld a strength bar around the outside, welded on the inside, which ought to be fun and games, welding thick bar to thin sheet. But there you go, who dares wins. So we're going to have a little go at that later. This has been a day's work and fun, so that will get welded to there later on. But for now, that's today's fun. That goes on your stage 1 kit, which bolts to your bike. So that's on the bike there. Cover will just go over the top. Don't know if I'll use it, not really sure. Just a bit of fun to make this afternoon. That will get dressed out properly, take out some of the little hammer marks, and eventually it will get body worked with a bit of filler Bondo, and it will look nice matte black. That will look quite smart on the bike. Perhaps I'll cut some holes in it, give it a little bit of dark side charm. This has taken, just a quick one, this has taken something like 3 hours this afternoon. So when you get yourself a bike built, when you hear these guys have fabricate bikes and you hear the bill is 20-30 grand to have a chopper built, you can see why. 3 hours just making a tin cover. Alright, I'm not very good at it, and I've just done it trial and error, and I've made that. And of course the factory would just stamp that in a second. But when you have a hand-built bike, you can see where the hours go. It's taken me 3 hours just to make a cover like that. So that's where your money goes. And when I bolt that on my bike, when it's finished and it looks nice, I'll have something that I didn't buy from the Zodi Tat catalogue or from Kuriakin. It'll just go on my bike, it'll be something I've made, and it'll be something people say, where'd you get that from? I made it. And you can do no better than say, I made something. That's fantastic. So there we go. Thanks ever so much, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching Delboy's Garage. See you next time.